solo laners nonetheless. Jace versus Hoya. We already got these locked. All right, well,
okay.
Bloxer, we might be heading straight for a farm off. I feel this is not going to be too.
Pays for it a little bit though. That's a decent chunk of health to lose this early.
That's the chunk off of Huayfear. That's pretty disgusting. Snowball lands from ZDZ, but wisely not gonna play like we all play in our ARAM games and decide that means we go in. Does not go under the turret. The farm off begins here, and it's important to remember ZDZ's mana will slowly chunk down. Setab's going to have a lot more control over how much sustain he has in this matchup, and ZDZ might recognize that. He's already freezing Setab off of his wave. Unfortunately, his wave is going to crash pretty hard into this turret.
Honestly, anytime I watch people do actual wave control during these 1v1s, a little bit of me dies. I just want to see blood. I want to see them fighting each other initially, but this is the way that these 1v1s need to go, at least for now, and ZZ really is getting full control. Look at the little bit of chunk damage you can do right here. That combo is just disgusting early on, getting a lot of work, and still has got that ignite available, so Setup definitely killable right here if ZDZ can get him out from under his tower.
Gets the snowball, gets the pounding around with
misses.
the hammer stance, but does miss the empowered shockwave. Gets the ignite, so that's both summoners out of ZDZ for the barrier from Setab. And I did miss ZDZ if he wants to try and close the angle, but Setab is playing pretty confidently around his minion wave. Gets the crushing mob, but ZDZ goes right in with the snowball. Spouting Despair is going to slow ZDZ up and still allows for him to take the more positive trade and gets the ult out of Setab.
I was surprised that he wanted to go in versus that big of a wave, but obviously just one-shots it.
There's the flash. Can ZDZ close the angle? Two autos with the W, and ZDZ and Edward Gaming are going to win the 1v1 and allot themselves side selection for now. But I like the call-outs there, Bloxer. I mean, for me, ZDZ has a legendary item. I don't know how you play this 1v1 any further. If you say tab, that Maw of Malmortius is just so potent. Going to dodge out on that fear, get an accelerated shock blast with a pretty interestingly angled E. And Setab, my friend, farm is not a reality for you anymore.
No farm, no ability to step up, just trying to poke right here. And obviously that Severing Bolt does a ton of damage. You see it snipe people all the time, but it's very tricky to land onto a champion as mobile as Jace as well. He hits it!
Hits the accelerated shock blast into the snowball, and this time it's final. ZDZ with one of the clear ones. Very good pairing with Vi. It's a classic pairing. They're going to lock that one in for Setab, but across the board here, Bloxer, you're relying on a scaling Ashe, an Ahri, and a Vi to really compose most of your damage.
Are not the weakest during the early game. It just depends on if you want to step up here.
Oh, good charm from Setab. Is going to get the cleanse out of Assume, but he has to use his Spirit Rush to jump on out of here. And now all of EDG are here. ThunderTalk are trapped in the pit. There's a great Hoya ultimate on the Poppy to send one out, but it costs him all of his mana and nearly all of his health bar as it's Setab having to flash away from one of the little mites. And first blood goes over to Assume off a great pick from ZDZ. Nobody gets so. There can't really be a contest from ThunderTalk besides Feather watching the first Infernal Drake pass away. And he does not cost Assume too much, but that key summoner, like you called out there, Bloxer. Feather and Basil looking for a fight, though. They get a great stun chain, and Wink is just gone in an instant. Good stun stack with the cease and desist. And Beishuan's able to get out with a kill traded. And they're going to get collapsed again. There's a Weaver's Wall available. Xiaohao does have the Cyclone. Cease and desist is still a couple seconds away. This is a real big gamble from ThunderTalk, and they are nowhere near done with these grubs just yet. The second one's soon to fall. Here's the Weaver's Wall down, coming across for Angel. Going to trap some in. 1xN on the wrong side of the wall, but it felt a bit early as it does dissipate. Flash still has the arrow land. Flash Glacial Fissure's going to follow. They're trying to go hard in the paint for Angel, but they're not going to get there. Cease and desist flies through Beishuan. He's got Xiaohao in his sights, and he's going to find the first kill to set up the rest of the squad. In goes the all-out from ZDZ, trying to find these trade kills, but he can't get to Feather, and he doesn't have the same resistance as that. Top lane to dive a Poppy. Not the easiest champion to dive. Let's see how this one executes. As ZDZ is going to grab the turret aggro. Hoya gets stunned up by the Slipping Stone. Cyclone not going to find the knockup first. The second bout will onto Hoya, and luckily for them, Cassante is too darn tanky for one measly turret, and they're able to find the kill.
Looks like they are going to lose out onto that first turret blood, though. Just about. You can see the idea, right? Dive the Poppy top like EDG, and it is going to be 2 to 4 in terms of grubs.
5 stacking this top river. They want this Rift Herald in their sights.
TP.
ThunderTalk are trying to pull them apart here. Hoya teleporting in.
CDZ.
Stun gonna land on the
Hang
ZDZ.
on.
He's not too tanky just yet. And he's getting his health bar chunked, but he uses the all-out to pull base one under his tier 1 turret. And now the fight has commenced. Feather gonna fall first. Zentap trying to go into the backline, but Angel and Assume stay safe. And they trade out Hoya, and CDZ will not fall. Even a flash forward from what I said will not grant him the gray screen. What a hero play from Edward Gaming's top laner. They grabbed 4 kills for virtually nothing.
Yeah, they don't lose anything whatsoever. And I was watching ZDZ there step up, and I was like, what's he doing? What is he doing? But he baits everybody in, and the fact that you can pull Bertrand under your tower right there just completely breaks the teamfight lines that ThunderTalk were trying to draw for themselves. They need these clear front to back so that they can launch themselves in when they think ThunderTalk draft, actually to the great effect that you would have wanted. We are now going to see this Rift Herald into the mid lane. Takes a EDG managing to complete those feats of strength.
Zentap committed to getting that top lane tier 1 first. Can't teleport in. 1xN thrown on the wrong side of the Weaver's Wall. He's got all of EDG in front of him, and they're going to pile on the CC. 2 Cyclone knockups is enough to get 1xN, and now the ball, all holds are off, and EDG are flying forward with grace. What a Weaver's Wall from Angel. Another setup for Edward Gaming that results in a victorious fight.
Gorgeous, gorgeous fight. Well, this is exactly what we needed. Setup also going to get jumped right here. Does still have the ulti to be able to survive, but having to use that once again defensively hasn't felt like Setup's really hand. ThunderTalk have put themselves, hang on.
Great clone. No Ash Arrow comes through. Beishuan hits the Trickster.
Collapse?
Wake's going to go back in. Does use the quickness into a beautiful seismic shove. Another awesome chain of abilities between Edward Gaming. Going to force Beishuan out. Teleport coming through here for Hoya. He's coming into all of EDG here. They're going to see if they can stun him up. Hoya's going to use Steadfast Presence to dash away. Beishuan goes back in, but his health bar is far too low. Keeper's Verse going to knock one out, but Hoya flies into the mincemeat that is Edward Gaming. They just turn it right on its head. Zentap can't find an angle in it until he's lost all of his teammates. And look at ZDZ run the backline by himself. What has gone into Edward Gaming? Remember, though, they took Otacon, Voracious Otacon in the background there when we were during the replay, so even going for picks right now is only going to grant you, what, a maximum of 500 gold over 5 kills in quotation mark. So Voracious Otacon, you talked about Bloxer, have you seen these LPL teams utilize it really well? Specifically in this game, it just grants EDG the will to go wherever they want for this next 2 minutes, and that even means picking off Zentap before he can even commit an ounce of Spirit Rush dashes to safety.
I think wherever they want is going to be into the base of ThunderTalk right now. They've got themselves a push going through the mid lane and the top. The lane is not anywhere to be seen, but still, they can just step up, and it doesn't matter. You've got that free, quicker recall, if anything. If you do end up getting taken down, 5 members strong right now up towards the top side of the map.
Whoa,
nice
and
engage.
in goes Xiaohao, feeling so confident, running in, Wink behind him. He's going to get big grand entrance knockup, but they have to be careful. They're going under Nexus turrets. 1xN able to turn and start free firing with that lethal tempo, but his tanks are dropping to the rest of the might of EDG. You called it, Bloxer. Edward Gaming are using Voracious Otacon to take not just an entrance to the base, but an inhibitor, and maybe even more here. Sure, what can ThunderTalk really do to contest? Baron spawning? Sure, why not?
Gonna have to be very careful. It's gonna be the Baron started up right here for EDG. Now, they've thrown games in this position before.
Yeah, and they don't have any ultimates to really fight, and Beishuan knows it. Angel gonna flash away with the Seraph Shield, should be safe for now. Zentap gets a big charm onto Assume, who has to use his cleanse, but he's still safe. The damage isn't enough there for ThunderTalk just yet until Zentap dashes mid-stasis to find the pick onto Assume, kites himself back out expertly, and here comes the lightning after the thunder. 1xN free firing on his ass, knocks down Xiaohao. Next to ZDZ, he sure is taking, but can he 1v5? The health bars are low, but not low enough. ThunderTalk find an inch, make it a mile. 4 kills and a turn to Baron to break open game 1.
They are gonna lose themselves a Nexus turret for this potentially, though. And low health bars on taking this Baron. Still, though, we called it. EDG, they find these team fights so tricky. How on this game.
It's gonna once again, though, nerf that damage profile. As 1xN really needs that Infinity Edge as we have a Chains of Corruption Cyclone Mastery. Throws both Beishuan and Feather up in the air under an enemy turret. There's nothing they could do but fall.
As well, of course, to be able to kick things off. And I don't know why ThunderTalk.
Beishuan, very aggressive Fault Breaker. Assumes damage is so high. Same-Time going to commit the flash.
Oh, no.
They find Angel in the thickets, and
Hoya
Hoya's on a massive flank here. Has the Keeper's Verdict if he could use it to give them even more of a man advantage, but Hoya's health bar is fastly depleting. Has to flash himself out, and Same-Time gets
Wink.
caught by Wink. An awesome charm. Taste your own medicine for the Ahri. Beishwan goes in with the cease and desist, though. It's on to Assume. Once again, ThunderTalk are finding the picks onto the damage dealers, but they're losing their own as Xiaohao flies in the background with the Cyclone. His health is sustained is far too much to bear. And where's the damage through for ThunderTalk? It's Beishwan and Hoya. Time and time again, ThunderTalk fight their way out of misery. I believe he actually got saved by Wink there, so no stun comes across. One key ultimate is down. Xiaohao, not the healthiest, but looking for a way in here. He's going to go on to Beishwan. Does have to quit the flash, but gets knocked up by the Cyclone. The Weaver's Wall keeps him in turret range. Beishwan is sectioned off from his team and cut down. EDG now with no jungler on the enemy team should have a free shot at Baron. There's nothing ThunderTalk can do.
No, it's just a mistake right here. You could see fully charged up Vault Breaker on Beishwan. Could have stepped away, could have tried to get over that wall, but just decided to stick around for a little bit longer, wanted to go in, wanted to get that fight off with the rest of the team, but unfortunately isn't able to do so in EDG. They survive themselves another...
The fight, Hoya has to burn that flash. ThunderTalk now have control
just
of the
gonna
Elder,
flip it?
trying to burn it down. What a timed blast code from Same-Time, gets away from Xiaohao. In goes Beishwan, they're going out for Assume, but there's no damage behind him. ZDZ trying to hold ThunderTalk at the front line. Beishwan gonna go down, flashing forward is Angel. Next is Hoya. EDG found the fight they needed. Front to back is the way to go, and that should bring them to not only kills, not only aces, but a Game 1 win to find their first win of the LPL split.
EDG, massive performance right here, exactly when it counted, back and forth game, but they're going to pick themselves up that clean ace, and ZDZ, he shows up in a massive way for the team, both in that 1v1 on the Jace and now on this K'Sante, completely unkillable. Every bit of damage that ThunderTalk had during that fight was poured into that K'Sante. He didn't care, more than happy to absorb all of that as the carries die on the backline. EDG, oh, it looked like it was going to be a bit risky, but this game has restored so much faith in the way that this team plays.
What is going on with this Nexus turret? Okay, all right, so I didn't see a health bar. They weren't able to hit the Nexus, but they got there, and there it is. Like you called out, can't really, be as oppressive into that Ornn is the Vladimir, an LPL staple pick. I feel like by this point, it was actually. I'm trying to remember if it wasn't Setup that we got to see that from in a Game 1
Side of the map, you're not going to have any support. Is this a dive already?
Oh, we might have dives on both sides. The first one is going to be ThunderTalk.
Oh, it's
Great
so
Zenith
clean.
Blade interrupts ZDZ Gaming. Oh yeah, level 1 gets to level 2 over now, but they have the Elise's power with that repel. Going to flash get the Cocoon, is interrupted with the dash. But with the repel, with the trading of turret aggro, it will be traded back. Both top laners fall. But ThunderTalk can get first blood and get a hell of a lot more than that as they double up that kill count and keep
often just kind of ignore each other and are more interested in the team fights elsewhere.
Can I interest you in a lane gank?
Oh, no,
Hoya, that was such a mistimed dash forward. Flash is immediately committed from Xiaohao, and he should find this kill.
Going to be a pretty big disadvantage right now because you're going to lose out onto these grubs. Don't get that standard last season trade of first grubs for first Drake. They can still head on over and pick this one up, but it's just delaying things. It's delaying when you get the Drake on the board. It's delaying when you get that first little tick towards a feat of strength into your favor, and also giving over these 3 grubs is going to be pretty impactful.
Dragon is under about half HP. Wing trying to assuage ThunderTalk from walking their way up the river. They got to be careful, though, that they don't pincer themselves. But Beishwan is just looking for the engage onto Xiaohao himself. The slope between worlds and a true shot barrage to put a bow on it. And ThunderTalk just brute force their way through the setup, get a kill, and the first dragon. They are en route to an early set of upgraded boots.
In 3 grubs, 1 Drake, first blood, and now the first tower is going to go on over. Setup going to pick this one up, trying to lose as many minions for the opponents. My god.
Might not even need the turret.
They're going to get 2 full towers worth of plates?
They're definitely going to get at least 4 plates, and EDG can't step up right now. They're trying to once again ping on to Hoya. They're trying to hunt down Hoya in the mid lane this time. Maybe look for they're not in position to force themselves down river. And they're just going to give up the dragon. Maybe they get a 1xN face check, and that is what they'll grab. And that's the biggest person to find that kill onto. The only one with a shutdown. 1xN drops. Crescent guard out from Beichuan. Still having to run away, though, from Assume, who does drop the bullet time. It's just a couple shots too short. As we see both these mid laners drop their ultimates. Angel trying to see if he can out-sustain the Aurora damage. And for the time being, that is a fat yes. And maybe now we'll finally see that die. But ZTAB sniffs it out. Can he get past Xiaohao? Going to flash, kick back, and use the minion wave expertly so no Sonic wave can come out. But we're just skirmishing on all.
Themselves in a good position coming out of this early game. Now they're just roaming around as a 3-man death squad trying to get fights. Bot lane, more action.
ZTAB does not have access. Oh, I didn't think. It just comes up between worlds. He still has to use it defensively. Does not have enough damage. The Shock Blast goes wide from ZDZ, though. That might have been the killing blow. Instead, he'll have to use that on the turret. Will finally knock down that.
Around to this Herald. Right now, ThunderTalk looking to continue their monopoly on these objectives. Looks like, oh, hang on. Xiaohao
does not have
a moment where Beichuan is getting that red buff. Still, they can engage.
Getting chunked out, though, by this Jace. Hoya finds an engage on Angel, who does have the Sanguine Pool.
Oh, the flash forward
from Feather. They're going to try and lock up ZDZ. They burn through the health bar through the bullet time. True Shot Barrage comes across, and now 1xN can try and step up and do what he does best. Deal tons of damage, but he's losing his front line, quickly evaporating as he continues to fire Mystic Shot after Mystic Shot. 1xN is a one-man army as he knocks down a triple kill with ease with his loyal top laner beside him. Ace and a dragon for ThunderTalk. These bullet times, as we see the Atacon started up here. Voracious, as always. Yeah. Xiaohao looking for a way into this pit. Sonic Wave not going to land, so he's going to try and dash through, but Atacon is already finished off. The revive buff is available for ThunderTalk, and boy, does it scare the hell out of EDG. Another bullet time. Vanquish, 0 damage because Beichuan blocked.
So far, they haven't let their opponents get any neutral objectives whatsoever, I guess, other than technically towers. So they hope about actually killing them. For the minute, it looks like they're doing a little bit of poke.
Here we go again. It's Beichuan with the Crescent Guard up, steps up. That bullet time canceled by a solar flare. Also cannot use any of it, and the Horn calls for the death of Xiaohao. Beichuan dashing in, still has his own revive, 1xN over the wall, and here goes the Xin Zhao back to base. Even when you kill off their health bar, ThunderTalk won't even give you bounties, won't even give you 300 gold. They're just giving you hands over and over again. As 1xN and company are going to hit onto this inhibitor turret. In goes Angel. They do lose the Voracious Atacon revive at the exact right moment, so EDG can grab some of these bounties. Arcane shift away from 1xN, try to create some space, still firing out these Mystic Shots. Gets flashed on by Angel.
He's going to get kills!
Combined with the Mystic Shots. Fortune and Assume is in such a tough spot. EDG as a whole are in a tough spot, down over 6k gold.
They can just Baron.
Base broken open.
So you have to start it up if you don't want to. You're just trying to draw EDG in because you win these team fights.
Hoya's up 5 levels over that at least, by the way.
Wink.
Wink. Repel's already down. Flash committed, but following is Beichuan once more. Horn going to go a bit wild.
They do decide they're going to pick up the Baron, and I like this response out of EDG. They're going to teleport down towards the bottom side and get a good amount of damage onto this tier 2 tower bot lane. In fact, they're going to be able to pick up the full tier 2 tower bot and a tier 1 tower mid lane. It's the correct response out of EDG, but they are still losing yet another neutral objective. Baron goes over to ThunderTalk behind, and you can't just rely on your Lee Sin leaping into the back line to one-shot somebody. Angel can't just step up. ZDZ can't just go leaping in hammer form, right? When you have to play these ones out slowly, you get out-CC'd, out-muscled around all of these team fights, and it really has come to fruition, especially because it's not like ThunderTalk have medium amounts of engage. They have a ton of engage overall, and right now you can see it. EDG, they're trying to poke out, they're trying to find a way into this game, but I just don't know when they're gonna go. They have to pull the trigger at some point.
Solar Flare going to be dodged by a good Sanguine Pool by Angel, so key CC ultimate, like you were talking about, blocks are down for the time being, but it does cost them another inhibitor and inhibitor turret, with the last one remaining in that mid lane. ZTAB playing around the range of that cocoon, not going to land. There's the Between Worlds with the Horn combination. Is going to knock up and cut down ZDZ. ZTAB goes into the stasis. Angel tries to run to the back line. This time a bullet time will find its mark onto Feather. Assume picks up 1 kill, but it's just too late. And too big of a difference between ThunderTalk's wallet and EDG's by this point. Zoom and Xiaohao, the only ones left up, but Beichuan wants to go for the killer blow and pack the kills in for 1xN as he's back to carry performances as expected, and ThunderTalk are back on even footing. 1-1 we go between this Group C heavyweight fight.
And these two teams, they've gone back and forth, and what different games they have been. EDG's victory was hard-fought, a roller coaster of emotions back and forth the entire
Rel of Viego, but
they
go
swap
with
away. They swap away. And the second that you're really excited about it, and they immediately swap away from it. I like the Lulu more, to be honest. I think in this situation, when you've already got yourself the Ambessa, you've got the Sejuani, I think that...
Track as it goes on is right now attention gravitates towards the Grubs. Xiaohao secures the first one, so we won't get a monster slaying goal if Beichuan is able to steal one back away. There's the equalizer lands on both 1xN and Feather. ZDZ forces both of them to flash, but they've got the Soul Laners following them with the Realm Warp. 1xN is cornered. First blood over to Angel. Beichuan jumps in, but a little far too late and gives Xiaohao a reset.
Wow.
EDG clean up house at the Grub fight.
There is some follow-up right now. EDG are on their way over.
Realm Warp not available for Angel just yet. Xiaohao, does he have a way over the wall? They're just going to use that Glacial Prison to lock down Wing. Featherstorm out of Assume, but it's Setab to chase him down with the perfect execution on the backside. Xiaohao
looking to grab a kill onto Setab, and they could even go for the dive right here. Akali, obviously slippery, but...
Oh, Setab wants to go in and at least try and find a trade here, but gets stun locked by Angel. The perfect execution nearly finds the kill, but a well-timed Magnet Storm finds that kill for EDG. On the flip side, ZDZ gets caught himself by Beichuan. Another well-timed Glacial Prison locks up ZDZ to a gray screen. Is going to grab them 3 Grubs as well off the back end.
And that is at least another feat of strength going over so that ThunderTalk don't have to worry so much about that objectives ones going against them. Bot lane, though, they are going to lose out onto this tower. It's going to be another feat of strength. That's 2. That is going to be everything that EDG wanted out of this early game. And the fact that you don't get that
is dives onto Hoya, who's been relatively quiet in this one. Has Cell Summoners, has the ultimate available. He's going to run away from the turn back with the public execution onto Xiaohao, but that wasn't enough to find the trade kill. There's more than enough damage for the EDG top side, and they find themselves a kill and more turret plates to boot.
Yeah, tons of gold being pumped into EDG's back pockets right here. They're up by about 1,000, although that will be leveled up a little bit by all of these plates falling in the bottom lane as well. This is an action-packed early game. Still not enough that we're not going to get a voracious Atakan. Right, Ruinous seems out of reach for teams at this level, unfortunately. But still, it is at least going to be interesting to watch so far. TP coming in. Oh, they're going to go for a big play here. Wow.
Here's the Setab Akali, getting a kill put on a silver platter here by Hoya. Xiaohao is far too low. You can flash all you want, buddy, but Akali will follow you from the shroud. Shut down over to Setab, and Hoya gets his revenge onto ZDZ. Great use of the summoner teleport from ThunderTalk to grab a pair of kills.
Yeah, I love the way that play works, and you bring the Lulu along with you so that Hoya is under no risk of dying. The wild growth is huge. Wink jumped right here. He doesn't get over the wall.
Beichuan cancels with
onto this Infernal Drake already. It's going to be taken out nice and quickly. And that out of their favor. Because their team fighting has been so circumspect recently, it feels like they have to go
fight, but this time he has the damage, he has the setup to pop off like we've seen him pop off so many times. Demacia Cup, LPL starting split. Does Setab have another Akali moment in him? It's Hoya to start out with the public execution, and Wig gets his health bar deleted, and the Rocket with the Shuriken gets the kill and the Rift Herald. EDG, they don't even get a chance to try and fight back here, but they might get one themselves if ThunderTalk want to keep pushing the tempo. Maybe a bit of...
Oh, it's just so nice. It's just so nice. Needed to just watch. Don't need me talking over that one. It's gorgeous. And that is, the joy of that wall. Doesn't matter. In the end, you're still going to be able to pick up this tower. That's now all of the outer turrets taken down.
Have a window to just burn through this dragon. Doesn't have a ton of HP. It is just the 3rd Drake of the game. And it will be secured there by Xiaohao, but they saw the Hex Gate over top of their head. Beichuan's trying to force the fight in the front end, and 1xN has the rockets firing. Kites back well away from the equalizer, and Setab has Angel cornered. They cannot find a way out. EDG crumple. It's like shooting fish in a barrel for 1xN. His Jinx pick.
They want the fight. They want you to have to walk into them, and EDG, they better execute this one perfectly. That's not a good start.
Oh, Angel does hold Setab in place, but they just lose ZDZ to the might height of ThunderTalk's damage, and 1xN is at it again. Nobody touching the Jinx, so it's time to watch your team burn, crumple, and fall by the wayside. It's rinse and repeat for ThunderTalk. Another fight, another win, another ace.
There we go. That's why you leave the Atakan buff up and available, because it draws the members of EDG in. They feel like they have to fight for this one. The buff is just too strong to not contest, but ThunderTalk are far too strong to really be worried in these fights.
Atakan got hands.
Atakan got more hands than EDG at the moment. Like, this is closer than the previous fight felt. Die? No, he doesn't die, but geez, is it close.
It's like a deer in headlights for EDG. They just cannot ever set up for an engage. Wink is always ulting defensively. It's defensive Featherstorms. We haven't seen a good equalizer since the first one from CDZ. And it doesn't seem like anything's going to change here as once again, Beichuan finds another beautiful pick. The Rocket doesn't get the kill, but at least sets up Satab to annihilate another victim. This time it's Xiaohao, hits the stasis, sets up his solo laner buddy, Hoya, who dives under the tier 3 turret. But who really cares? He's back to base. Thanks, Ruinous Atakan, and it's another inhibitor turret on the back end. Equalizer comes down from ZDZ. Will not find another one of those revives taken away. Instead, it's the first inhibitor of the game taken away by ThunderTalk.
And they could just keep on stepping up, despite the fact that they are pretty low right now. It looks like ThunderTalk, they want to go in.
He's melting health bars, and he claims another one, gets the revive. That's not the same for Assume. He has to go to the gray screen. The power of Voracious Atakan on full display through ThunderTalk, as they're going to keep forcing their issue, pushing their will onto EDG. Maybe now they finally feel a little bit too big for their britches, but not Satab. He wants the fast way back to base. There you go. So does Beichuan. Look at them sacrificing themselves because they know the Atakan buff gives them a quicker reset. Now it's Featherstone. He says, sure, take me down. Somebody please put me out of my misery. But EDG, they're waiting out the buff. How long can they wait? I don't know how long it's supposed to last by this point, but Feather is maybe questioning his decision. He does finally drop without the Atakan, so EDG waited it out.
Oh my lord, I mean, quicker reset.
EDG, they're really burning through it, though. They have the damage.
Steal.
But do we see a Beichuan steal? Already has one MVP under his
belt. They got it!
It's the Rocket from 1xN. What can't this man do on the Jinx? And now EDG are vanquished. Another ace, third time's the charm. ThunderTalk are undefeated after dropping game 1. And they'll go up 2-1 in a series once more, just like their matchup against LNG.
God damn. ThunderTalk, they are gorgeous to watch when they are feeling themselves on these team fights, and this game no different. I don't know that people can be giving 1xN this Jinx anymore, but everybody on ThunderTalk popped off in this game, and taking us to match point has never looked so good.
There's the Yasuo. The Yasuo does come through with a couple of key knockups. We're in for some fearless fun, potentially to clean out this series, Bloxer.
This is what I wanted. This is what I was hoping for when I jumped onto the... This champion was all about the early game. You saw it picked, and it felt a lot like a Darius, where you were just expecting it, hopefully, to get many kills as you could in the early stages. Oh my god, is that a solo? It is!
Oh! Champion match.
For our regularly scheduled skirmish around some grubs.
ThunderTalk, though, I think it's wise. Now, Satab just buys this team so much space, because they came into this early game with a Scion lane, a Ziggs lane. Like, they were looking to outlast and hopefully not surrender too much. But now Satab grabbing first blood, not only for the gold.
So more than happy with the way that this early game is playing out so far. Every single second that we get to calmly talk about these compositions and these players, that it would really help out EDG to be able to actually take these towers at anywhere near a comparable rate. Oh, hang on. Whoa.
They get the knock-up on the satchel into the last breath.
Dead. Picked up fully right here for ThunderTalk in this game number 4.
Almost.
Angel, I mean...
They're one short. Angel, you cannot lose this 1v1 to Hoya, right? He's got the slow. Hoya's flashing for it. All right, we're getting tricky with these distorts. Try and get around the Scion. On the flip side, ZDZ's getting 1v4 dove here. The dominance buys him some time, but not enough time. And it does seem like Angel escaped a very disappointing 1v1 loss there into the tank Scion.
I mean, Tank Sion does a surprising amount of damage. It's similar in a lot of ways to what we've been seeing with the Skarner, just tanky and shredding. Setup, we've complimented him a lot, but this is an awkward position to be in.
Yeah, this is a guaranteed kill here. Setab should fall. Question is, where do they want the gold to go? They do.
Yeah, we're going to need to see more from this KazaLoLL to really justify the pick.
And there goes Feats of Strength for ThunderTalk. That will guarantee it. Epic monster slain.
And they'll just grab the tower, because why not? You know?
Why not?
Make sure
they
you
get
get
all
all
three.
of them.
Satchel
Indeed.
charge, I mean, holding the tiebreakers over both LNG
Ooh.
and EDG, but EDG are trying to make a stop to a
That's good
1xN.
from
Well-timed
1xN.
flash gets him out of the
TP.
Pop Blossom. We talked about how the Ziggs is just so hard to lock down, and you got to see it finally on the Rift.
Really great reaction times right there out of 1xN to get the satchel charge down. It can be...
Flash, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it was just timing on the satchel charge, and that engage happened in the blink of an eye. Pro players' reaction times really is impressive, and 1xN seems to be among the best in that regard. And now, because you've learned all of your engage tools in that attempted play, you see the push forwards right here onto the tower, and you are just going to lose it potentially.
Whoa!
Ooh.
Flying in is Angel. Thought he had just enough
TP.
damage, but 1xN limps away. ZZ teleporting on the backside with the Dominus pop. They're going to have to leave Hoya for Doom.
Yeah.
So ThunderTalk pushed their limits a little bit too much there, trying to play for the mid-1 turret.
Oh, but he gets the ward, so it's worth, right? It's worth.
Silent players are agreeing with you right now.
Every little helps, right? Yeah. It is a nice response right there out of EDG. They recognized that ThunderTalk had stepped up a little bit too far. I thought 1xN was just about going to be able to get the satchel charge down to take down that turret. Then they could have potentially flipped the switch and gone for that play. But it was the teleport in from ZDZ. Yeah, you now lose it. A little bit like a wild set of games for that not to happen. Oh,
1xN
just
looking to
instant.
get picked
He's
off,
instant.
but once again he uses the satchel charge to set up. Oh, strangle or the snare comes across from Wink to at least get the trade, but it's once again Setab getting set up by his 80 carry counterpart. Dredgelight gonna land, is gonna lock down the LeBlanc. Do
Just
they
a
have
kill.
the CC? Knockups, kills, and Hoya gets his revenge onto Angel. And there's no way for EDG to contest this Rift Herald now. ThunderTalk are just too damn good in these last couple of games.
Oh, 1xN does lose his hill at that. Oh boy, this one once again feeling like ThunderTalk are just in control. We're going to see the top lane.
They want to go for that mid-tier too.
They're doing it again. They're waiting to put their opponents in situations where they can contest because they want you to contest them on these drakes. Usually you want the uncontested, not now. This is an interesting engage right here out of EDG.
Xiaohao, I mean, he just
Teleport
doesn't
in.
find a way in. They're trying to buy time for Angel on this flank. 1xN should fall. He's more than low enough, but Angel can't find a way in. And there's the last breath once more off the satchel.
And they know that you've got some low health bars from the previous team fight. And they can teleport in and they can flank. There it goes.
Get it? There we go. Mid-tier 2
Wink.
down. Wink is disguised
Wink.
as Callista W to get the Pop Blossom. That's a new one I haven't seen.
It works.
1xN gets
who
eviscerated
gets him?
by Xiaohao. Beichuan goes into the stasis as Hoya and Feather on the front side. Setab is here, but is he too late to this fight here? Doesn't get enough damage down. Does get the last breath, but it's on to ZDZ. Beichuan goes down. EDG have a life. It's an ace in the most climactic moment.
Pickup of the KazaLoLL, pay itself back off. You get the kill onto 1xN and then clean house. What a gorgeous, gorgeous.
It's set to last on these champions. It looks like another basically 45 seconds. You can see
He's dead.
the agency that EDG play with on that buff. They're diving between turrets to make sure 1xN doesn't get a chance to even interact. Good pick found once more. How much can EDG get off the back of it?
Looks like they're going to be able to go and pick themselves up a top lane tier 2 as well. And this is a very risky situation. Hoya is obviously very tanky, but still face checking into the darkness right now. There they go!
There's another clutch Wink Pop Blossom. Down goes Beichuan, and next should be Hoya. And keep in mind, all these trade kills, they're not kills. They're just fake revives. Xiaohao's going to sacrifice himself using that ult just like ThunderTalk did a game ago.
Exactly, this is the EDG again that we've been looking for. We got to see them in game 1. Apparently, they pop back up for us in game number 4. And that was a really nice set of plays right there. I mean, Hoya stepping up into the darkness wasn't necessarily...
Oh,
what a
it's the
catch.
satchel charge again onto Assume this time. You thought it was going to be the Nautilus setups, maybe the Zyra knockups, Sion knockups. Nah. Welcome to Satchel Last Breath combos from ThunderTalk.
Yeah, that's the knockup that people think of when they think of Yasuo combos, right? And this could be a walk down. Wink now potentially caught out of position, trying to buy time for Xiaohao to be able to pick up this Drake.
He gets CC locked and punched in the mouth by Hoya's Sion. The Drake is being taken in the background, but I don't think Xiaohao can run it down in time. No. Xiaohao just leashed Cloud Soul to ThunderTalk.
And this started up relatively easily. EDG, though, they are going to contest.
1xN here. Teleports in for both top laners. This could be the split decided for EDG. If ThunderTalk have anything to say about it, CDZ flies in, Pop Blossom to 4! 1xN is down! How much more can EDG get on the backside? Beichuan's gonna flash himself out. Feather and Satab kite back safely. Hoya in the middle of everybody. The last breath onto 3 from Satab in the background. He has Assumed in sight, and Satab does it again! Pop Blossom be damned! EDG be damned! ThunderTalk team fight their way to a win once more!
And this is what we wanted from this game. The Pop Blossoms are huge. They managed to land onto so many members, does Wink. But in the backline, it doesn't matter. Sure, you lose 1xN, but Zetav, this is his game. And what a performance it is, managing to land that last breath onto so many people. And they...
Steal. That's the only option with Xiaohao's not even going to get a look at this Baron. Purple banner onto 5 for ThunderTalk.
Themselves, and the outcome was that they lost almost all of their kills and a Baron. Yeah, this game might be a little bit over.
They're really selling this mid lane to try and cover for the Elder spawning soon here. We're getting such an early Elder because all 4 opening Drakes went over to ThunderTalk, but they don't relent. They push all the way down mid. They get the inhibitor down, and Feather's hunting for Angels. Use that depth charge time and time again to pick off this LeBlanc, and the Inferno Bomb, one more auto will get it. Feather sets him up, and Satab and 1xN knock him down. It's been the tried and true recipe this entire series for ThunderTalk, and now they're looking for the killing blow. Hoya spots out Assume way too far up. Both engaged champions are flying in. How many hops he got, Assume? Because you're gonna drop. Second kill through, and Nexus turrets are exposed. ThunderTalk are going for the killing blow.
They've got a Ziggs. They can go for this. The Baron-empowered minions pour in. They've only got the mid-wave to work with, though. Xiaohao's trying to go for a flank.
ZDZ goes in with the dominance there, goes down the Stranglethorns, he gets knocked up once more, Pop Blossom through for Wink, but there's not enough damage in the chamber. They're all out of gas, EDG fall, ace to ThunderTalk. They talk the talk in the Demacia Cup, but they wrecked themselves into the playoffs with a lightning bolt of destiny. ThunderTalk 2-0 Group C, we'll see you in playoffs.
Oh, what a victory. That is 3-1 is